We are back. Me and Darren are here to talk about Iran. And just like the last two World Cups, Iran find themselves in a position where the third group game is the be all end all for them in this tournament. Iran is in another position where the third and final group game of their World Cup group for the third World Cup in a row will determine if they will finally make it out of the knockout stages. You guys, it's your boy Hokage. We're here to talk about Team Melli. Like always, Darren is in the back. I'm going to bring Darren in. We're going to talk about the Belgium game. Belgium game, quick reaction, because we want to spend most of our time talking about this big boy clash against Egypt. Marmoush and Salah's Egypt. It's the big one. It's a lot riding on this game. I'm excited, and I'm also shitting my pants because, again, Iran since these last couple World Cups, we keep finding ourselves in these situations where in this third game, everything's riding on the third game. Last time out against the US, we just needed a draw and we lost. To the World Cup before that in 2018, we beat Morocco. We lost to Spain, and we had to get the win against Portugal to go through. But now we're in the 48 team World Cup age. Now we are in a time where third place teams can fortunately go through to the knockout stages, the new round of 32. So Iran aren't backed into a corner, and they are not required to get a win here against Egypt. Egypt, who just got their first World Cup win in their last match, 3-1, I believe it was, against New Zealand, 3-1, with Salah popping up on the score sheet finally, arriving at this World Cup. Egypt's coming into the game with confidence. Iran is coming into the game with, I would say, confidence. The draw against Belgium was a great result. If you ask every Team Melli fan the day the group was drawn, that would you take a draw against Belgium? Every Team Melli fan besides the delusional Irani fans would say, yes, we're taking a draw. That would be a success. So we got it. So I guess Iran is also coming into the game with a bit of confidence. But I'm going to be honest, Egypt is playing the better football. Egypt is playing the better football going into this game. So we're going to talk about it more. I'm going to bring Darren in now. We're going to talk about the Belgian game first, and then we're going to get into the Egypt preview, the keys for Iran. And then we're going to build the lineup we need to play against Egypt to be successful. You guys, it's your boy Hokage. Like the video, subscribe for that Team Melli talk, for that Team Melli post-match reaction, for that content. Me and Darren out here always trying to give it to you guys. In-depth analysis, our thoughts. And yeah, let's get into it. Bringing in Darren right here. Darren, how are you doing today? How is
pretty good? Pretty excited. A little nervous, but I think we can handle this.
So we find ourselves in a position where the third game, it all rides on the third game. But before we get to that, let's talk about the Belgium game. I just said, Darren, that if you asked every Iran fan, every follower of Team Melli, the day the World Cup groups are drawn, that if they would be happy with a draw against Belgium, I think every Team Melli fan will be happy with that. And to be honest, disregarding what happened in the New Zealand game, because let's be honest, Iran shouldn't be in this position. Iran messed up in the first game against New Zealand, but we're not going to spend time talking about that. Me and Darren already talked about that in the last video. Iran should be in a position right now where they have 4 points. They should have 3 points against New Zealand. That should have been an expectation. It is what it is. Now we're living in the present. We messed up against New Zealand. We got a good result against Belgium. We have 2 points. Yeah, I just keep thinking that New Zealand game was the key. Like, we don't have to be in this position. But how do you feel about Iran being in this position, Darren, again, where the last game of the tournament, or the last game of the group stage, might be the last game of the tournament for Iran? How do you feel about the team being in this situation? How do you feel about this same group of players being in this position again?
Well, it is definitely nerve-wracking, but I think we got this. Like I said, this Iran team, the one thing that they have, and I feel like it could help us get the edge over Egypt, is the team experience, the team togetherness, the team bonding, like the team being united with one another. Like, I feel like that's something Iran has that this Egypt team just does not, and they just rely on individual talent to win them games. Don't get me wrong, they're playing good football, and they got a good result against New Zealand. but they do have weaknesses, and one of their weaknesses is our strength. So we got to capitalize from that. But yeah, overall, it's nerve wracking. We've been in these situations before countless times. I mean, obviously I'm excited, nervous a little bit, but it's normal. But I think we can really get the result, because if we win the game and we win the group, we are playing Cape Verde or Saudi Arabia in the round of 32. And then if we get second, we're playing Australia and Paraguay. Not bad. Third place, at third place, we'll play Canada, France, or Switzerland, which again is not bad, except for France. Those are not bad teams, really. Like, compared to the other teams, like their pathways into the knockout stages, it's much harder. So, and this is also the last World Cup for a lot of these players. So they got to make it count. They got to make it count. And like they always say, third time is the charm. Third time is the charm. Because Egypt, they have not been in this situation before. So I'm sure them heading into this game, they're nervous. Obviously, they're a little more relaxed compared to us because they're on 4 points. So even if they were to lose, they would still go up as a third place team or even second place, depending on the Belgium and New Zealand game. If that game ends as a tie, then they're going to be second place. So honestly, like, one way or the other, they're going to the knockout stages, Egypt. So, and if we get a point, it'll be enough, because we're going to have a goal difference of 0. But obviously, we
think it'll be enough. We still need to see. I mean, there's still a lot more groups.
I would go for a win, because I think we can. And Egypt is missing 2 key defenders, according to Twitter. So again, we got to take advantage of this. We'll
talk about it. We'll talk about it. Let's calm down. Let's talk about the Belgium game. Like I said, back when the groups were drawn in December, every Iran fan would have taken a draw against Belgium. So I'm happy. In the end, I was honestly surprised that Galinoy had... this is what I'll say. Galinoy, you show me that your brain is still somewhat functioning, because you went defensive. You played basically 4 center backs. You went the 5-4-1 route. You did what you need to do. You put the lineup that you needed to start. You started Kanoni. You started, and actually, let me share my screen and take us to the Belgium foot mob. Sorry, I should have had this loaded earlier. But you played the lineup you needed to play, and you got the 0-0. So I'm happy. I'm gonna give my quick reaction to this, since I already did a post match, but I'll let you speak more about it, Darren. Mm-hmm. The one thing I'll say a couple things. Darren Van, again, brilliant. Rolling back the years. If you watch the Iran videos I put out on this channel, a lot of times I'm doing them with Darren. We have been backing Darren Van for a while. There has been a lot. The people I've seen on YouTube, I won't call names, but the people who talk about Team Melli on YouTube, they have not been fans of Darren Van. They have been calling out his shit performances. But me and Darren have been backing him. He puts up a man of match performance. His save in that second half, brilliant save in this. I mean, I couldn't believe my eyes when I saw that. By the way, me and Darren, again, we're at the stadium. We won't talk about too much our experience of the game, because personally, it was the same as the New Zealand game. A little bit of hostility, but everyone there was there to support Team Melli.
There was actually a lot of Belgians. I was actually surprised.
A lot of Belgians. Belgians had a huge section, but anyway, Darren Van masterclass. Galinoy's brain's working. He plays the 5 in the back, and it pays off. He starts a guy like Kanoni, great. Salah, then he plays that right back, great. Attacking wise, again, we couldn't do much, because the whole tactic was just give it to Taremi against Ngoy, who ended up getting the red card, but Ngoy was having an incredible game for Belgium before that red card. But the moments in this game for Iran, we had 3 big opportunities. One, we scored, and unfortunately, Taremi's butt cheeks were offsides. I watched Sean Nurafshan's video. He was complaining about how Taremi's butt cheeks were offsides, and he was saying how that shouldn't be offsides. For me, the offsides rule has to say black or white. It needs to be binary. If you're offsides, if your butt cheek is offsides, I agree with the offsides call. I think offsides is such a weird, and I made videos about this on my channel. It's something where it's either black or white. I don't care. If the tip of your kneecap is offsides, you're offsides for me. That's my take on it. So I wasn't complaining too much, but it was still a great moment. The free kick work that we did, the tactical side, it just showed me that these players aren't idiots. Like, they're actually thinking on the field. And then we also had 2 other big opportunities. Taremi had a huge volley in the second half again, and Courtois made a big save. So Canoni had a great chance as well in the first half. So Courtois stepped up for Belgium. And yeah, I'm happy with the draw. The one complaint I'll have before I pass it over to you, Darren, is I feel like Iranian did not know what to do when Belgium went down a man. Because once they got that red card, all of a sudden, we had a lot more possession. All of a sudden, the game was more 50-50. And I think Iranian was fazed by it. And I know he was fazed by it because he did not make the right subs. He brought on guys like Mohamed instead of bringing in a guy like Qaedi to try and get after the game. Because I felt, honestly, at 11v10, we should still be cautious, but we should definitely attack more. We should definitely try and go get the goal. Belgium were on the ropes. They were nervous, but they didn't. And I part of me was disappointed with that. But the other part of me says, all right, it doesn't matter. They wanted to stay safer and defend and get the point. And, you know, with a draw, we're on 2 points and we could get a draw and still go through. And obviously winning, like you said, Darren, would take us maybe first place in the group, which would be historic for us. But yeah, felt like we could go after it a bit more, but it was just a defensive masterclass, straight haram ball. And yeah, I'm happy with the performance overall, and we're in a decent position. We'll talk about the Egypt game in our position we're in right now. But yeah, Darren, take it away.
Yeah, this Belgium game, FYI, I did get the score prediction correct, so I'm happy about that. And looks like our prediction for the lineup in this Belgium game was honestly correct. Like, it was spot on, and I think we said 5-3-2, but 5-4. I was gonna mention 5-4-1. I kind of forgot about it.
But I think we got all the players right besides Mohamed. I think we had said Mohamed would start.
Yeah, it was just Mohamed. And then Hashsafi started. So for the most part, no, actually, it was. Yeah, it was Mohamed because I did have Hardoni playing the right center back role, but he started as the right wing back.
Yeah, and we had and you said we had the 5-3-2. We had Godos. Yeah, so we were there basically. Galinoy watched our video. That's what you're trying to say.
Galinoy or one of his staff members definitely watched our
video. Say hello, Temurion. Leave a comment down below, bro. I know you're watching.
I know somebody's watching, but no, it was. Yeah, it was. I think it was a good lineup. I was pretty impressed with it, and you could definitely tell he started Hashsafi to go with a little experience and then bring on Mohamed against the tired leg. So yeah, that was quite obvious. And about the substitutions, I would say the only good substitution was Jalenbach because Hardoni, a guy we wanted to start, got cooked against Trossard. And I wanted him to start. I actually felt like he's a great defender, but today it wasn't the game against Belgium. It just wasn't his day, and we clearly saw him struggle a bit. And subbing him off was the right move. And I think Jalenbach did a decent job. You know, the second he came on, he almost scored actually. So yeah, that was exciting. You know, he came on, the first touch he has, he takes a beautiful touch. Goes on his.
Should have done better, honestly.
I mean, prime Jalenbach would have scored that. Jalenbach is definitely scoring that. Yeah, so that's a shame. I mean, you see him, he mishits the ball or miskicks it, and it just goes away, just goes out. But overall, I think he was a good substitution. Bringing on Mohamed for Rodus, I don't think that was a good substitution. I feel like you should have brought on Razaknia or an energetic guy or a Deckert or an Eckert right there, or just a midfielder. And the Hosseinzadeh substitution for Ezzat Talahi was a good sub. So if you guys didn't see this at the stadium or in the match highlights or replay, Said Ezzat Talahi was getting subbed off, and I think Said Ezzat Talahi had a really good game today. He had a really good game against Belgium, and I think he will be very key against Egypt. And I have been saying this, and everybody will say he's going to have a stand-up performance, and I could see that, and yeah, it looked like he did. But I don't think many people noticed about Ezzat Talahi was when he got subbed, when they were subbing him off, he was taking a sweet time, and because of the new rules, Iran had to play with 10 men for like a minute, and Belgium nearly scored, and that caused us. And Galenoy was yelling at him, "Bodo dige," means hurry up, and Hosseinzadeh basically had to wait for the ball to go out of bounds for Iran to step on the pitch, like a fair play rule or something like that. Were you aware of that? I didn't. Yeah, were you aware of that?
I didn't honestly catch that. I didn't realize we were.
I caught this in the match replay, and I recorded the game right now. I was watching it an hour ago, and I heard it. So, yeah, I think something we did really good was on the throw-ins or free kicks. When we have 5 seconds to take it, we didn't waste our time. We took the free kicks. We did the throw-ins. There was a couple of times Belgium, they took their sweet time and they lost the ball and it became our ball. So that was good. I noticed that. And yeah, there was a couple of times Belgium did that and they lost the ball. We looked really dangerous from long throws. And yeah, this was a defense masterclass. I mean, every time Lukaku got the ball, there was like a white shirt around him. I love that. And like I said, one of the weaknesses we had in that New Zealand game was there was just so many gaps. There was a lot of gaps. And I said, if we do leave this against Belgium, we're going to get punished. So I'm glad I'm glad we fixed that. We got to continue this against Egypt. A lot of people are saying this is going to be a harder game than the Belgian game, but I think Belgium is a better side than Egypt. I know Egypt is playing good. I'm not denying that, but like I've said, if we tied Belgium, and Belgium, they have more quality players, then we can definitely beat Egypt the way we played against Belgium. And when I looked at the Egypt and Belgium game, yes, Egypt played good. Yes, they got an early lead, but it was all Belgium. And they didn't drop to 10 men. And Belgium, actually, I felt like played pretty good. They got a little lucky not to score, hit the crossbar. They had some good chances, but I think both goalkeepers in that game really stepped up. And so, yeah, that was the difference. But, yeah, it was just Egypt for like the first 20 or 25 minutes, and then it was all Belgium. And this game, I think it was a pretty even match. Both teams were attacking. Both teams had chances. Both teams had, the same amount of position. Belgium had a bit more than us. So I would say this was more of an even game because it was a 0-0 result. And we got a goal ruled out, and we made some crucial saves. And Belgium, they had big chances. And Baron Van, my hat's off to you, man. You stepped up. I think this is the best game of your career. That save has to be the save of the tournament. You guys need to look it up. This man, like De Bruyne, he does a clean touch. It's an open goal. He plays a low hard ball, and then it falls off to the Kuiper, the left back, and he hits it hard, and he has an open pathway to the goal. And Baron Van's on the ground, and he throws his left hand to block it, and he's on the ground. So huge shout out to Baron Van. And like a lot of players in Iran said, that was not Alireza Baron Van. That was the hand of God. That really was. But no, Baron Van, he got injured in the beginning of the game, and he continued. That just shows he's a warrior. He's a champion.
And I will say he did a lot better in this game, commanding his box, crosses, everything. He was coming out, grabbing them, just secure. So I really like that because something I've seen in this tournament is I see goalies coming out and they're not commanding their box well, and it makes their defense nervous, and you just don't trust the goalie when the ball gets in those areas. But I just felt so comfortable with Baron Van, with a cross going into the box from a corner or from just the set piece or from the open play. Not every time, but every time Baron Van went to catch, it was easy, it was secure, it was
just a walk in the park for him. Let's just put it that way. But Baron Van, huge shout out to you. I mean, in the first game, you got so much criticism by the dumb Pahlavi supporters or just the dumb fans who came there to boo you or whatever. They booed you. I saw it. Today, you shut them up. They were as quiet as a mouse. And, that's just how it's done. He's going to step up against Egypt. And I'm telling you, this is where the experience plays a huge role. And this is how we are going to edge over Egypt. You see, if Baron was not experienced, none of this would have happened. So this shows that experience plays a big role in the team and the togetherness, the chemistry, because we've been in these moments before. We know what it's like. We know what to do. Egypt, they have not been in these moments. So, they may get shocked. They may get surprised. Yes, they beat New Zealand. Yes, they came back. But I think we can handle it. I think every tournament, especially the World Cup, that first game is the hardest game. It's even more harder than the third match of the group stage because it's the first game. You got to get a feel of the tournament, and yeah, that's just the hardest part. That's where the group stage gets started, and you can definitely tell that the form of Iran is picking up, and you saw that the second game, massive improvement. Third game, they're heading into the game with their heads held high, a lot of momentum, a lot of confidence. You can definitely see these players. They're really saying that we perform during harder times, and everything going on in the country. That's just gonna be an extra motivation, an extra boost, and they're gonna take all that anger in and go in and fight for all the people of Iran, all the good people of Iran, all over the world. So this is huge, and I'm proud of Team Melli, and I think we got this. Like I feel confident. I know it's gonna be hard, and I'm not gonna say it's a piece of cake. I don't underestimate any team, but if we work to our strengths and we don't do anything stupid, we can definitely win. We can win. If we beat Japan, then I don't see how we cannot beat Egypt. Okay, because Japan is a much harder team.
That's true. That's true.
So, but this game was. Yeah,
I think also I should point out I criticize these guys a lot. I criticize this guy a lot. I have to sit here and say also, Kholizadeh, good game. I'll call you Kholizadeh.
Team of the week.
Nemati, good job.
Kanoni
I always wanted to start. I always wanted Kanoni to start, and I've been agreeing with you that he should play. We need that macho stuff.
Better than Kim Min-jae. Today he was garbage. So don't even.
Yeah. So Kholizadeh, good job. But again, you become very protected in a compact back five with four guys.
You just play better with Kanoni. I mean, that's the thing.
It's not even that. It's just the back five. He has they could cover for each other more. There's more security there. So although the formation, I do think if you go back to a back four, Kholizadeh will morph back into Kholizadeh like a werewolf at midnight. But listen, I just have to say I have to give him my props because I have been hating on him for a while. I've been hating on some of these defenders for a while, but they put in a great performance. Something I would disagree with you, what you said is, so we defended well, right? But I did think, and yes, it's Belgium and we're playing super defensive, but there were many moments when we were countering and it wasn't just Taremi. Like we would actually get numbers up with Mohamed, with Taremi, Godos, Rezayan. And to be honest, for most of that game, their passing was awful, overhitting balls, just randomly kicking the ball up with no direction, trying to start a counterattack and fucking up a pass, a bad touch. They did it too much for me. So honestly, defensively, it was a masterclass, right? Great tactics from Galinoy, good approach.
They rushed a bit.
They were, exactly, that's what I was about to say. Still, going forward, these guys were very rushed. Their touches were off. And to be honest, I can't really use, for the attackers in this game, I can't really use the Persian Gulf Pro League has been suspended since February, because everyone besides Rezayan, I think, plays outside of Iran at club level. Right? Wait, Ezzatollah plays in Qatar, right? Yeah, or Dubai, yeah. So
no, again, Kanoni, Kholizadeh, Nemati, Hajsafi, Beranman, and Hardoni are playing Iran. And Rezayan.
Yeah, and I think that final number is like 16 of our whole squad plays in Iran. So I think that's also a factor people don't. I honestly didn't factor in too much that more than half this team hasn't played a professional game with this intensity for 4-5 months. But going back to the attack, for guys, everyone besides Rezayan, I'm honestly just very disappointed with their passing, with their link-up play, because there was a lot of moments where, and yes, we ended up getting the draw, so it doesn't matter, right? We still defended well, but a lot of times these guys would try to start counterattacks, and the pass was too long, or the pass was too short, or the first touch was off, or they grabbed the ball and they kept the ball for too long, and a Trossard came and nicked it off them, and it just was inviting more of the Belgium counter press. So I feel like the game could have been a little easier if our attackers were more responsible with the ball and anytime they had space and time. That was disappointing for me. But again, we got the draw. It doesn't matter. It's just I really do expect more because honestly, Darren, I'm coming with this take because I'm watching other teams at the World Cup. I'm watching teams worse than us that are playing the game plan that we played against Belgium, and I'm watching Cape Verde. I'm watching even Saudi. I'm watching teams that are worse than us have more conviction in their link-up play. They are passing the ball correctly. They're finding each other well. So why can't our attack, 4 of the 5 who play outside of Iran, why are your passes so shit? Why are you guys looking so panicked and all over the place? Like, where is the decision making? So again, in this Egypt game, and we'll talk about it, I need to see big improvement there. But anyway, those are my final thoughts on the Belgium game. Any final thoughts for you on the Belgium game before we
No,
go to Egypt?
we just came with one goal, and that was just simply to tie the game. I'm glad we tied it 0-0. It was a very good result. I mean, looking back at it, I was very happy. I was at the stadium. Definitely would have been nice if our goal would have counted, or Courtois, he made like a few big saves. So we can't really say we weren't good going forward. We did create chances and we did look very dangerous. I definitely felt like our chances were limited because we went with one goal, and that was to play defense. And this Belgium team, it's not the same Belgium as before, but at the end of the day, it's still a solid squad. And
It's still Trossard. Just got to it. By the way, I thought Trossard was amazing. I feel like he was unlucky, but it still has a Trossard. But I will say, Luka, and you were talking about Lukaku earlier. I was at the game, to be honest. I was begging that they don't sub Lukaku off because his style, big bulky striker, wants the ball to his feet and turn with it. That was the perfect style for Kanoni and Kholizada to deal with. Perfect. I mean, I was disappointed when Lukaku got subbed off because he was contributing to like our performance. It was easier to defend against him, someone who's not as agile. And so I was disappointed in Lukaku. I was massively disappointed in Kevin De Bruyne. Kevin De Bruyne was way off of it. Yuri Tielemans was not as impressive as I thought he'd be. So Belgium definitely underperformed, I will say. Did we cause it? Yes. But yeah, I just wanted to add that Lukaku was booty cheeks, man. That guy was ass.
I mean, we did our homework. It's just plain and simple. We did our homework, and we got the result we wanted. Now we got to do the same thing with Egypt. And I think it will be a hard match, but again, I think it'll be slightly easier, but there is more pressure in this game. So that's what's going to make it harder. But realistically, it should be an easier game compared to the Belgian game. But I think the Belgium game was great. Definitely the substitutions need to be a little better. I hope Raidi plays. I feel like Raidi should have came on, but I did understand why he didn't come on. This Belgium team, their average height was 6'3", 6'4", and Raidi's 5'3", so I just don't think it was gonna work. And that team and Belgium were playing super defensive because they were a man down. So I think he should have came on, but on another perspective, I saw why he didn't come on, and I understood it. But he definitely should play this game. I don't know if he should start, but he definitely needs to come on. And I think just the subs need to be better. They need to be done. I'm happy Alipour and Mohamed didn't really come on. But yeah, it was just when you're gonna take off a center midfielder, I feel like you should have brought in a center midfielder, not another attacker. I know you want to play a little more offensive, but we lost a bit of control in that last 5 minutes. I'll be honest with you. But overall, good performance. I'm happy with Galanoi. I'm happy with the players. Khalizadeh, you really did step up this game. Kanoni, who I said, like, if he played in that New Zealand game, we would have won that game. Like, it was, like, no doubt.
He would have dealt with Chris Wood better. He would have dealt with Chris
Kanoni, no, I'm telling you, when Khalizadeh plays with Kanoni, he plays a lot better. Even though if he's not amazing, he plays good. When the Nemati and Khalizadeh center back partnership, it just doesn't work. I don't know. It just doesn't work. At least with Kanoni and Khalizadeh, we see some positives. We do see some things that actually work. But this partnership, like the three of them together, yes, I feel like it was good, and I think we should stick to a back five or maybe even a back four. But if we were to use the back four, I would take Kanoni and highly sudden. But if we're gonna do a back five, I don't mind it. But yeah, overall,
Anyway, Egypt game. Let's talk about it. So, obviously, we talked about it that a draw could potentially be good enough. But I want to say this: Iran, we are a team that has more experience than Egypt at the World Cup. We have been at the last 4 World Cups. We are, for the 3rd World Cup in a row, in a position where we are in the 3rd group game, and we need to get the correct result. Huh?
This is the 4th World Cup game we're in this stage where we can go to the next round.
Yeah, but to be honest, in 2014, I had no hope. I'm gonna be honest. In 2014, I feel like there was much higher hopes in 2018.
Oh yeah,
yeah. I feel like 2014. The reason I don't count 2014, is like that was not a good Iran team, in my opinion.
It was a good team. I think that was a good team.
But I was just going into that last game. I didn't have much hope. But this time around, for the 3rd time in a row, we are playing in the 3rd group stage game. And to be honest, 2018 World Cup, the 3rd game was Portugal. So we had hope after the end of that Spain game. Remember, we probably should have beat Spain. We probably should have at least tied Spain.
It was that luck.
In 2022, we played the United States. I would say that USA team from 3.5 years ago is a much better team than this Egypt team now. We, for the 3rd time in a row, coming down to the last group game, are in the same position, but this time we are playing a team that is weaker than that USA team and a team that is definitely much weaker than that Portugal team we played. This is the time. Yes, we said a draw can do it. I need us to go for a win.
We can really go for a win.
I need us to go for a win. Galanoy, I don't need you to be a coward. If we play for a draw, I will be disappointed. I will be doing a watch along for this game. So tune in for that. I will be live. And if Galanoy is going haram ball against Egypt, yes, they have Salah. Yes, they have Omar Mamouche. By the way, Omar Mamouche, who has been probably Egypt's worst player at this World Cup so far, just want to point that out. He's been absolutely dog shit. Salah just got into the groove of things last game. We should be going for the win. We should not be looking for penalties. Yes, we can try to be looking for our long balls and throw-ins. We should go and try to play football. Ezzatullah, you can compete against these guys. Godos and Ezzatullah, to be honest, I think you're better than Egypt's midfielders. I do. Our defenders, I would say our defense and their defense even. Our goalie and their goalie
better.
Pretty even. I don't know. Our defense, maybe our defense is slightly better, but goalkeeping wise, I feel like we're even. Schubert is having a great tournament for Egypt, by the way. So really, Egypt's X factor here is the Salah Marmouche double punch combo, which, by the way, like I said, has not even been a double punch combo. They haven't even fired together at this World Cup. And Iran's X factor is experience and Taremi. I feel like Taremi has a goal coming. I feel like he's going to get that goal. It's coming. I feel it. So, Galanoy, let's go for the win, bro. Let's go for the win. We need to go for the win. And regardless of what happens in the other groups, because I understand tomorrow, we play on Friday. Tomorrow, 3 other groups will conclude, and we'll see another 3 third-place teams and where they finish. I don't care. Galanoy, at the end of the day, life, football, it's all about you against you. And to be the best there ever is, you need to be the champion of you against you, Galanoy. I'm dropping knowledge right there. I'm dropping that Conor McGregor knowledge.
Kubida versus Kubida.
Kubida versus Kubida. Galanoy, I want you to look in the mirror. I don't want you to say, I'm a bitch.
Don't flex your Rolex. Don't flex your Rolex.
Skokic should be here. Nekunam should be the manager. No. I want you to look at yourself in the mirror. I'm Galanoy. I want you to say, this is my last act as Iran manager. We're going out with a bang. We need to go and try and win this game. We have the quality to win this game. So go and freaking do it. Go and freaking do it. Okay? Keys for Iran. Don't concede first. Yes, we made a comeback against New Zealand. Yes. I understand. We did it twice. Just don't concede first. Really, don't make your life harder. Don't make your life harder. Second thing, subs. I have a feeling, and we're going to do a lineup builder after you give your thoughts on the Egypt game. I feel like we're going to go defensive. I don't know how defensive. Maybe instead of a Hardoni playing, Rezaïon will start at right back, for example.
Will play this game.
Yeah, we'll talk about in the lineup builder, but I feel like we'll go defensive, but not like we did against Belgium. But subs will be key for Iran. Who are you going to bring off the bench? Are you going to bring on Shahriar? Are you going to bring on that clown Shahriar? Or are you going to bring on Gaidi? Are you going to bring on Shahriar? Or are you going to bring on the Belgian? Are you going to bring on the guy we spent 3 years to bring into this national team for this World Cup? We spent 3 years trying to get Ağay Deniz Ekert. We spent 3 years getting this man in this team. Will you play the guy? What was the point? What was the point? Like we said in the last video, this guy knows the Belgian league. This guy knows the Belgian. Why didn't he play? Why? Why? People were saying, oh, he might be injured. Oh, if he was so injured, why was he one of the players at halftime warming up on the field against Belgium? Why did he come? Why is he not getting minutes? Why is Mohamed getting minutes? So, my keys, your subs are going to be important here. Make the right subs. Have some balls. Unless we're winning, bring on our boy Ruzbek Cheshmi to close out the game. But if we're in a position where we need to win this game and you need to make subs, have some fucking cojones. Have some cojones. And then finally, my final point is we need to play defensive. But I think we need a blend of the New Zealand game and we need a blend of the Belgium game.
Mm-hmm.
We need to attack, but we can't be open in the midfield. That was the problem with the New Zealand game. We were opening our legs as if we were in the red light district. We said, New Zealand, come inside. No protection needed. Against Belgium, we locked it down. We wore the chastity belt. I need a mix now. I need a mix of responsible defending and, like I just talked about in the Belgium game, brains in attack. Rezaïon, don't just kick the ball. By the way, Rezaïon was disappointing in that Belgium game. I have to be honest. Rezaïon was very disappointing. Rezaïon, don't just kick the ball up for no reason. Make the right touches. Protect each other. Link up with each other. Taremi, link up. Mohamed, link up. Pick up your head. A lot of times these Iranian guys are just putting their heads down and running forward just like headless chickens. Look up. You have options. You are professional football players. We can win this game. And I want Amer Gandanoy to try and win this game. Let's go. Darren, what are you thinking?
I think we can win this game. This is like I said, our experience will definitely help us edge past Egypt. This is something key, very key. People are gonna be like, oh, experience, it doesn't mean much, but experience means a lot, especially in a World Cup. Something that's very stressful, it will mean a lot. I know, because these players, we've been in these stages before. We know what it's like. We know what to expect. So we've been in these stages before. Egypt, they haven't. They're in a position where like, okay, we have the opportunity. Because in the last time they played in the World Cup, they lost for 2 games. And then that third game, it was a consolation game. So they just came to play for fun. So now they're in a position where like, okay, like, it's new to them. And obviously when they're heading to this game, they have 4 points. So they're going to be a bit more relaxed than we are. And they know that if they lose, the worst that can happen is they finish third place, but still go to the next round. But they're smelling an opportunity. Obviously, something I want to point out is Egypt's defender, number 14, Fatih, he is not going to be playing. And he played 90 minutes in both of those games. So he is going to miss the Iran-Egypt game. So it turns out he's a key player in defense. So that is a bonus. That is a bonus for us. So we need to take advantage of that. I don't know much about him, but he is going to miss the game. So I can't. And then another substitution they had, he's going to miss the game. I don't know much about him, but the Fatih guy is going to miss it. So yeah, I think we just need to play smart. We can't play like headless chickens. We need to give Salah and Marmoush very little time and space, just like we did against Lukaku. You know, just yeah, give him very little time and space. Be smart. Don't dive in because these players are waiting for that. They're waiting for us to dive in so they can punish us. And we've seen, we've seen Salah be quiet. If we give him very little time and space, he will not do anything. He will just sit back. He won't do anything, and he'll be frustrated. And then the coach will sub him off. And we've seen their coach, Egypt. Egypt and Iran are two very similar teams. Like, the Egypt fans, they're really questionable with their coach. They don't know what to expect about him. They don't know what their opinions are about him. So they have mixed feelings about him, just like we do with Alanoy and their team. He makes bold selections. So Egypt and Iran are a little similar, actually. So we need to take advantage of their weaknesses, which is they conceded a goal from a corner kick. They conceded a goal from a counterattack. And we are good at those two things. Like when we have the counterattack, we have the pace and we can punish teams. Like we've seen Iran score goals like that before. So we can definitely punish them from long throw-ins or from good football, good passing. So yeah, I think we can do it. It won't be easy, but I think we can definitely make it happen. I have a lot of hope and faith. I have a lot of confidence in this team. Everything going on in the country, it's just it's just an extra motivation for the players, and they're taking all this anger, all this negativity, and they're storing it, and they're going to use it to their advantage, and that's what must be done. And we really can do it. We came to play for a draw last game. We did it. Today, we can do the exact thing. So Egypt is a dangerous team. We cannot allow the team shoot from distance. We need to be extremely tight, and I think if we play good football and just give their key players very little time and space, we can do it. We have better fullbacks. We have a better goalie. We have better defenders, more experience, more togetherness. Team chemistry is a lot better. Like this Egypt team, you can definitely tell. Like, yes, they have a few good players, but you can definitely tell they're just waiting for a moment of brilliance from Salah or Marmoush. And I've said this before, Egypt is a one-man team somewhat. I mean, they're less of a one-man team, but they're the kind of team who's waiting for a moment of brilliance. And Mo Salah is playing as the number 10. He's not even playing as a right winger. So that says a lot. And Salah is somewhat of a ball hogger. So you can definitely tell that he's not even playing this position. So I think he played good against New Zealand, and Egypt were down 1-0 against New Zealand in the first half. So they fell behind. So And what the goal they scored was a corner kick. Egypt also scored from a corner kick against New Zealand, but I think we can punish this team. Like this team has weaknesses. It just hasn't been killed yet. Iran, they know what to do. You guys been in this stage before. You've seen your team get punished, so you could definitely learn from your mistakes. This Egypt team, they're heading into this game, had good friendlies. They tied Belgium, which I think they were disappointing. They were only good the first 25 minutes. Other than that, it was all Belgium. Against New Zealand, it was all New Zealand. And don't get me wrong, I think Egypt deserved to win that game against New Zealand, but their first goal was lucky. I watched the highlights or watched the game somewhat. It was a good header, but it was right at the goalie, and the goalie, he tries to tip it over, but he misses the ball and it goes in the back of the net. So second goal, good goal. Third goal, it was just a header. So yeah, they did get a bit lucky against New Zealand. But again, that doesn't matter. We can beat Egypt. And yeah, I'm just very excited, a little nervous, but I think we can really do this, and we have to do it. Like, we should not have any excuses, and we need to make good substitutions. And we cannot allow them to score the first goal. We have to be compact, disciplined, and a unit, and we can win the game. Plain and simple.
Yeah, I will say for their attack, although I've been said a lot Salah Marmoush, I have been impressed with Zico and Ashur. Obviously, Ashur is the guy
Trezeguet came off the bench and he scored too.
What was that?
Trezeguet, he came off the bench and scored.
Yes, Trezeguet. So their attack is strong. Their attack, it's not just Salah Marmoush. So we would be very naive to just say Salah Marmoush because Zico and Ashur have had good tournaments. Trezeguet has been a guy for Egypt that has always been around getting the goals with Salah. Honestly, I feel like Trezeguet has been a better servant to Egypt than a Marmoush. to be honest. But Marmoush is just, he plays for City. He's gonna start. Blah blah blah. I think the big concern I have for our defense is the speed of a Marmoush. This, like, they have a quick attack. The one thing I'll say, you said we have speed in attack. I would kind of disagree. Like, Mohamed and Rezayan very quick. Taremi not that quick. Their whole attack. Guard, yeah, but he's not starting, right? Like, who even knows if he's going to come on?
Never know. Maybe Ghaidi will start right winger. No, maybe Ghaidi will start left winger, and maybe Mohamed will start right winger.
We'll see. We'll talk about the lineup right now, but
I think they want to bring him on against our legs, so I think that would be a good sub. I don't disagree with that, but
yeah,
but I think he should start this game. You know what? I do think Ghaidi should start this game, because if Ghaidi were to be the bench, then you're either putting Jahanbakhsh in or you're putting Arya Youssef in.
Yeah, and I don't want either of those guys starting. And to be honest, this isn't a physical crazy game where Ghaidi can't be successful. So I do, when we talk about the lineup, I do think Ghaidi should start.
I do too.
But I will say, you mentioned it. I think you mentioned it before we started recording the video. Their two center backs will be out. This predicted lineup is not correct for Egypt, but their two best center backs.
No, this is just the lineup they had. This was their last starting lineup against New Zealand, and then the Iran lineup up there is the last lineup we had against.
It's the same one. So yeah, this isn't gonna be the lineups. We're gonna do our Iran lineup right now, but Egypt's best two center backs are gonna be out.
No. One of them, the Fatih guy, he's not playing, and then one of their defenders, he came on, I think, in the second half, but then he got subbed off, and his injury was more severe. But anyhow, he's going to be missed a game, and the number 14 guy, Fatih. I saw it on Twitter.
They're missing player. Yeah, Fatih's missing because of the head injury protocol from FIFA. If you get a head injury, you can't play for a week. So that's why he's not going to be playing the game. So, yeah, my final thoughts on this game is, again, join my watch along if you want something to watch along. If you want to watch the game with me. My other points are, go for the win. Go for the freaking win. Just do it. Just do it. Don't depend on other teams. That's such a loser thing. Oh, let's depend on all the other let's depend on Sweden getting smashed by Japan. Let's depend on Cape Verde or Saudi or whoever, the other third place teams. Let's depend on those guys to not score many goals and have negative goal difference. No, we have a chance to win the group again. Last time out, we didn't. In 2018, we had a chance to win the group if we beat Portugal. I'm pretty sure we would have won the group or got second. I'm actually forgetting off the top of my head right now. We have a chance to win the group here. So let's try and go for it. And yeah, I think we can. I think we can do it. Play accurate. Give that guy some minutes. Start Goyadi. And transitioning to that is this little lineup builder like we'd like to do, Mr. Darren. What should the formation? Are we thinking a 5 in the back? What are we thinking needs to be done? What will Ari Galinoy do?
Well, Galinoy, first off, don't flex that Rolex. You were at the stadium flexing it too much. I wanted to tell that.
By the way, Egypt, you guys have 4 points already. I don't consider North Africans African. You guys are Middle Eastern. Come on, just give us the win. Let us go through. You guys have 4 points. You're going to the knockout stage for your first time. Give us 4 points so we can go to the knockout stage for the first time. Just a little bit of 5 points. We would have 5 points, yeah. Give us the win and give us 5 points. Let us go through so we could both just go to the knockout stages and experience it. Just lay down,
you might even finish second because
just lose. Let's just give us the win, man. Just a little bit of corruption didn't hurt. In fact, I defend this corruption. Corrupt this game ASAP.
Corruption is not bad. Corruption is only bad if I'm not involved.
Yes.
But if I'm part of that corruption, I'll defend it.
I defend this corruption. Give your hairy Middle Eastern brothers a win here. But anyway, formation. What are we saying formation? What's the formation?
Well, the 5-4-1 was really good. And I don't think that's a bad idea because we need to shut down players like Salah and Marmoush. And I think we should just go for it again. If it worked, then yeah, go for it again. Because you saw players like Khalilzadeh play really good. Like when he plays with Kanoni, he's a lot better, and there's a lot of pace in this Egypt team in that attack. So we need to shut them down, and they're gonna play for 4-2-3-1. They're missing a key defender, so that's another thing. And something I have to give props to Illinois so far in this tournament is we haven't got any stupid cards, like stupid yellow cards or red cards. So huge shout out to that. Like,
yes,
coming into this tournament, I was nervous that we were gonna get dumb cards, and that was one of the big weaknesses, and that was awesome. And we only have 2 yellow cards. Like when I'm looking at other teams, they got at least 3 yellow cards or more. We only got 2. That's amazing. Egypt has like 4 yellow cards, New Zealand and Belgium. So that is awesome. So,
but to be honest, this game, I feel like this game could get dicey. I feel like we could get some yellow cards in this game. So don't jinx it. Don't jinx it. Don't jinx it. Don't jinx it.
If we win the game,
it doesn't matter.
And we commit smart fouls, I don't give a damn. I just want us to win. And we can do it. Now, this is the lineup.
This is, I think you agree with everyone here. Tarmigodos Ezatolai, same center backs.
Yep.
Now, when I was saying I'd like a blend of the New Zealand and Belgium game, I don't mind a 5-4-1. In fact, I agree with you. We should just go 5-4-1. This worked for us. We created chances against Belgium. We're going up against a weaker team. We could probably create more. But this is where I want to see a change. I want to see a slightly more attacking back 5. Play Rezayan. Yousefi. Was it Yousefi? No, Hardani. Sorry. No Hardani. Play Rezayan, a more attacking right back option. And to be honest, I don't trust. Do we trust Haj Safi or do we go Mohamed?
I will go with Rami. No, not Rami. I will go with Mila Mohammedi because he does have pace.
Yeah,
he was actually. I think he was a little poor. He was poor in the New Zealand game, but he had a good game against. He had a good game against Belgium. Like he did good. He kept out players. Yeah. He was using his pace. He was whipping good balls in. Good defensively. He was not out of position. He did good. Yeah, he did good. Haj Safi is the guy. I don't know. That's this Egypt team, and he is on a yellow card.
Yeah, the Egypt team, they are these guys are quick attackers. I feel like there's a potential for him to get a little overwhelmed. I don't know. This isn't going to be the same as the Belgium game. This will definitely be a little more. Yes, I think we should, and I think we will play a 5-4-1 again. This will be a little more back and forth. It won't be 75% possession Egypt. It's going to be more even. So I need a little more pace on the wings for recovery. So that's why I don't trust the Haj Safi. And so we're looking at Darren is frozen. Okay, no, you're back. You're back.
Vaidi left wing, Moebi right wing. I think this should be our lineup.
Yep.
This
is simple as that.
Plain and simple. Like do
it. Absolutely. This should be one. This should be. I don't see why you wouldn't do this. I don't see why you wouldn't do this.
I mean, a 4-2-3-1 is.
4-2-3-1 is not bad either. Like I don't really.
Egypt is going to be playing 4-2-3-1. That's the formation they usually use.
Yeah.
And
I wouldn't mind a 4-2-3, but if we do a 4 in the back.
No
Nemati. Exactly. No Nemati. Just do Khalizadeh and Kanoni and stick with these fullbacks. And then you can maybe make a more compact midfield with Godos, Ezatolai, Gayadi in the 10?
No.
Who would play 10?
I mean, if that's the case, then they're going to put Tarmi as a 10 and then Mohan up top. So
see, that's the problem. I remember I was thinking about that earlier. If we play 4-2-3-1, but then play Eckert. Oh, this is what I don't. This is why
they're not gonna. But here's the thing. I think Eckert, he has not played so far in this tournament. This is a big game, and honestly, Galinoy, he's probably just gonna go off of based on what he needs this game, or who is gonna step up in the practices, in the warm-ups, or in the training. So he's gonna go based off of that. But if he were to use 4-2-3-1, then Mohanlu is gonna start. But I would definitely go Ghadi left winger. And if that were the case, Tarmi has a 10. But yeah, I don't know. It's just if we play 4-2-3-1, then it's more likely Mohanlu is going to start. That's the only problem I have.
And for that reason, please go 5-4-1. Please go. It wouldn't be a problem if we just called up Hosseinzadeh. It wouldn't be a problem if we just called up Sardar Azmoun. By the way, I feel like we probably would have 3 points on the board if an Azmoun was here the whole time. I'm just going to say that. We haven't really mentioned his name the last couple of videos. I think we probably beat a New Zealand with a Sardar Azmoun. I think we maybe even beat Belgium. We get a goal with a Sardar Azmoun. Again, I don't want to make these videos about squad selection. The squad was already selected. But again, you just can't help but think, what if you just had the balls to call up Sardar Azmoun? What if you just had the balls?
Hopefully they get called up in the Asian Cup. But right now, we just have to stick with the players we have right now and who are present at this moment.
Yeah,
at the World Cup. And I think this is the best lineup we can go with. Like, there should be no changes. Mohamed, maybe, I don't know. I mean, see, that's the thing about Mohamed. Egypt is not that type of team who has big defenders, and we need somebody big to compete with them. They're not that type of team. I kind of saw why he started against New Zealand. I somewhat understood that, even though I didn't think he should have started, and I have to give him credit. He did do a decent job. He was bringing balls down and distributing it, and I think going forward, he wasn't the best, but defensively, he did a good job, Mohamed. Defensively, he actually did a pretty darn good job.
He did do his defensive
his standards. For a meme like him, I actually have to give him credit. And
yeah, you're right. So, we should give him credit. He did.
But this is the best lineup. I mean, Mohamed, I think, plays better as a right wing. Mohamed and Rezayan, they link up very well. Ghaidi and Mohamed, that side, there's a lot of pace. So Mohamed can always cover up for Rezayan too. That's what I like, you know.
Yeah.
If he gets out of position. So that's better, you know. And yeah, I mean, the substitutions, it just depends on the game or what's going on or what we need at that particular in those moments. So yeah, please make smart substitutions. No Alipur, no Mohanlu. I mean, maybe we would need him, just depending on the situation. I would much rather not use him, because if we do need him, it's for the wrong reasons. Either
if we need him, if we're in a position where we need him, I think we're in a cross and inshallah situation, which we don't want to be in that situation.
We're also I mean, the most important thing is we don't want to concede. I mean, that's the biggest thing. I don't want to concede in this game. Like, obviously, if we tie, like, yes, we will go through, but
yeah,
we got to win this game. We got to win this game. And huge shout out to Shayan Nurafashan. He is going to the Seattle game. So he recently.
You're going to the game. Link up with Shayan Nurafashan, man.
You know, he's one of the players in Seattle today. If you follow him on Instagram, he got a signature from almost all the players. So I'm sure you saw it.
Yeah, I saw.
Yeah. So I'm sure all the Team Melli players will be motivated when they see him in the crowd or when he came to visit. I think he's the biggest Team Melli fan. I'm just gonna say that. Like, I think those Iran players are gonna be like, "Oh, Shayan Nurafshan is our biggest fan." And
yeah, obviously. Oh God, my light. Obviously, I think he did a video with Jahanbakhsh and Taremi, so they know of him.
No, and definitely like the Seattle crowd. Like, also something I want to say about the Persians in Seattle. You guys got to be huge. Persians in LA, huge shout out. 80% of you guys, much love, much respect. 20% of you, shame on you. I hope Seattle is not like that. I think there's going to be less politics involved in that game.
Just because there's the less, you don't need people there.
I don't know the population there, but definitely there's a good chunk, and I definitely feel like there's going to be some Egyptians, but I think the Iranians can pull it off. The Iranian crowd, like you saw, like, we did our job in LA. We supported. We came. And I'm sure people from California are going to travel to Seattle. Like, or even all over the world. I'm pretty sure people from Persians in California are living abroad. They're going to be going to Seattle to support Iran. So this is going to be huge. So, you know, the fans were huge. They played a huge role in the stadium. I can definitely tell, like, in the past World Cups, I feel like the fans were good. They were crucial. But in this World Cup, the fans really, really left their mark in the stadium. And I think that's going to be huge. You know, that Iranian crowd in Seattle, it's like Egypt are going to see that and get nervous, you know.
Yeah. So we're coming on an hour. We're coming on an hour. We're going to end this video. To end the video, Darren,
prediction.
We need to put our necks on the line. Score predictions. I thought about it. And I've been thinking about it this last hour. I need to be honest. I think this will be a draw. I think, obviously, I want us to win. We need to go for the win. But I think this will be a 2-2 draw, similar scoreline to New Zealand. Darren, give us your final prediction for the game before we sign off and hope for the best for Friday night.
Not a bad result. That is not a bad result, actually. But I'm going to be a bit optimistic here. And in the last time we did a prediction, I was correct. I was spot on. So I was leaning towards a 2-1 or 1-0. But you know what? I'm going to say it's a 1-0 win. I think this game is going to give me Morocco flashbacks. So okay. I think we're going to get a 1-0 dub. I'm going to stick to that. Obviously, if it finishes 2-1, I could kind of see that for us, or even a tie. But those are not bad results. We just cannot lose. So please, nothing stupid. No dumb tactics. We beat Japan. So just get this in your mind. If we can beat Japan, we can beat Egypt. If we tie Belgium, we can beat Egypt. It's plain and simple. Just play your game, and we can punish this team. We know we play better under pressure. Okay, when everyone's putting us on the spotlight or on the radar. When we're the team, like everyone's like, oh, Iran's gonna win. It's a different story. So right now we are on that spotlight, and there's a lot going on in the country. So we got to store up all this anger and use it to our advantage, and we definitely can. And we have a lot of strengths in this team that Egypt does not have. They're just gonna rely on individual quality. We're a team. We have togetherness. We have a chemistry. We've been in these stages before. So third time is the charm. I always like, that saying. I don't know if you believe in it. If you say third time's the charm, I always believe in that. And third time is the charm. So let's do this.
All right. You heard it. 1-0 prediction for Darren. 2-2 prediction from me. I hope I'm wrong. I hope Darren is 100% right. Once again, I will be doing a watch along for this game Friday night. I will be going live around 7:45 p.m. Pacific time. So tune in for that watch along. And tune in. If we win, I cry. If we lose, I cry. If we draw, I have to wait to see if I will cry.
Inshallah,
depending on the. So tune in for that. It's been me and your boy Darren. Leave your thoughts in the comments down below. That's what I care about the most. What everyone else is thinking, and yeah, hoping for the best. Now all there is left to do is play the game, and yeah, tune in for the watch along. And because I won't be going to the game, Darren won't be going to the game, I think that same Friday night we'll probably hop on and do post-match reaction if you're down, Darren. Yeah, and that'll be posted the same day, the same night as the Iran-Egypt game. So look out for that post-match right away.
We should probably do it like a half hour after the game.
Yes. So right after the game, me and Darren will hop on, do the post-match. So look out for that after the Iran-Egypt game. Will we be happy? Will we be sad? Time will tell. What is it? It's Wednesday. It's 10:30. In 48 hours, me and Darren will probably be recording that video. In 48 hours. So in 48 hours, Iran's destiny is in the hands of American Illinois and those players. Good luck to them. Hopefully the crowd is popping. And yeah, see you guys for that watch along. See you guys for that post-match reaction. Me and Darren will be here. And until then, peace.
Peace.